All right, today we're going to talk about how we use our email, and I'm going to show you an example of what has been happening with the teachers. So we've been getting these emails for every teacher in the entire state of Kentucky, as well as other people in education in Kentucky. And what has been, it's about a political thing that's going on, and they're telling you to contact your legislators and things like that. But the problem has been that teachers have been clicking reply all. You know what happens when you click reply all? It goes to every person, which is hundreds or possibly, probably thousands of people in the state of Kentucky. And when they're doing that, they're asking people to remove them. Well, you can't be removed from an email because it's your email and you're associated with that group. Like here's Bowling Green Independent Teachers. That's every teacher in the district. So it's going to everybody, and people are having a fit about it. So this morning, as you can see, it's 351 unread messages, and you can see that I actually read more. My phone was even freezing this morning because of all of these emails, one after another, constantly. And I was looking at my email on my phone at a stoplight. And I didn't really know what was going on at first because they just kept coming in. And then I figured out that it was all of this reply all and people saying remove me. And then you have people telling them how you can be removed. Or you can't actually be removed is what they're being told, but it's being told over and over and over. And so finally, one of the ladies said, reminded us that we can actually hide all of these emails by clicking. Remember, we talked about rules that you can make. If you click on more actions, you can go to create rule. And I'm going to create the rule to take all of them that have KTRS in the subject. So I'm going to name it. This is just the name of the rule. And I've already named this before, so I'm going to name it with the three. It includes these words in the subject, and then over here I click on the KTRS, and I can actually add the word KTRS. Okay. And then I can tell it to move it to a folder, or I can actually even say delete the message. So there's a couple different things you can do with the rules, but that's one of them. And then I click save, and then now all of this has been filtered to my deleted files. I did that this morning. Around this time right here. So the rest of these emails were automatically, they have KTRS, and then were automatically sent to my folder to be deleted. What else I'm going to talk to you about, and that just kind of was a relevant topic. So one thing we talked about with being reliable and validity and how people get scammed, we get things all the time in our email. Obviously, you can see, but we get a lot of things in our junk email. And this is what I'm going to talk about right now. And in the junk email, sometimes you have things that should have never come to your email at all. This one actually shouldn't have actually been put in the junk email. I'm going to actually remove it and move it, mark as not junk, and it moves it. And some of these others are not junk, but I just don't care. But like this one right here, it says it's from Chase and log into Chase Online. But if you look down at the bottom, down here, whenever I hover over it, it actually shows not Chase's online. So people would click on it and get scammed into thinking it was their Chase account. And that's one way that people get scammed, because they don't realize that it's not real, because it seems like it's from Chase. And they have a Chase account, and so they get, kind of upset about it. is they, see something on a different site and they're not sure if it's real or not. We were looking at The Onion because that's where we have some fake news. And this specific article is talking about a TV show not going to be on print anymore. Well, it was never in print because it's a TV show. TV's not in a newspaper. And while we were looking at this, among some of the other things, we actually saw this little advertisement. And some of my students said, "Is that real?" And it's a bacon scent alarm. So we clicked on it, and I don't very often advise doing that, but we just wanted to kind of see it as Oscar Mayer on it. So we clicked on it, and you can see up here it says add click. Wake up and smell the bacon.com. That's a whole campaign. There's a whole video you can watch. You scroll down to get the device. All right. It's scrolling. Just apparently it does not like. All right. So you download the free app. And here is actually the device. You can apply for a chance to win. There are official rules that you can look at. And if you look over here on the side, whenever I hover over official rules, it says oscarmeyer.promo.eprize.com. And it has a bunch of different things with it. And then it says download in the App Store. So if I click on that, it actually takes me to iTunes, apple.com. And it's, it looks like it's for real. The seller is Craft New Services Incorporated. So it's a real thing. This is the app, but you actually need the device to smell the bacon, and it has like a whole thing about it. And if you actually Google, try to see if it's correct. News articles about it, and they're on trusted sites, CNET. There's more news about it, so that you can actually see that people are talking about it. Tech Times is a good one to listen. Even ABC News has it on there. And then when you click on it, it does say Oscar Mayer says it. So this is real, which I know some of you are pretty excited about the possibility. You have to be 18 to try to win this, though, so you can't actually enter. Maybe your parents can if they want it. But it hooks into your phone, and so it's a pretty cool thing, but it looked fake. I would not have thought it was real if we had not looked up and found all of this information about it. So that's another way people get scammed. They see things like this, and they think they're for real, and they don't. Obviously, this one was real, but there are many times. Over here about it. And it's a digital media company, and it's a news satire organization. Well, when you search for satire, it gives you the definition, which is, it's irony, sarcasm, supposed to be funny. Okay? So that's what it was meant to be. It was to be funny. So that's how you don't always know, but you can research to try to figure out if the news is real news or fake news. Same thing with all the other things that we've talked about. And talking about how easy it is to make a fake picture. That's a really popular picture yesterday. Obama and a bodybuilder. You just take two pictures and you put them together. And in this one, it just happened to be President Obama's face on a bodybuilder's body. So, that isn't real, but people can put that together, and if you didn't know any better or research or try to figure it out, you wouldn't necessarily know it was real or not. So there's lots of things out on the internet, and it's your job to be able to tell if it's real or not, and if it needs, how do you figure that out? I just want you to be careful and responsible and actually look things up. So anyway, watch this video. And tomorrow we'll be talking more about reliable and valid sites in class. See you tomorrow.